And I walked up to Michael Douglas. I said, believe me, I will make a great movie for you. And he said, I know. I have a good nose. Well, The Young Dragon was my first movie. You know, at that time I was almost the first young director in Hong Kong, and I was just started. The film didn't work well, you know, because this because I just felt myself didn't learn enough about movies. You know, I just was so lucky to get a chance to direct the whole film, but and the movie was banned because of violent issue. You know, so and then we showed the movie to the studio called Golden Harvest. When the boss of the studio had looked at the movie, they liked it. Even though it was the ordinary martial arts movie, but there is some little scene they could see, they could find my talents. You know, and there was a love scene. It was about two lovers. They have separate, two different places, and then but they are thinking of each other. You know, so I was shocked when a woman she put walking down the stair and put a hand. Try to put a hand on the rail, and then we cut to the man doing the same thing, and and he's putting the hand and continuing his hand putting on the table. It looked like they are doing the same thing in a different place. So they love that kind of shot, you know, and actually. That idea came from when I was making the experimental film, 16 millimeter, which is the technique I had used, before. So I used it in a commercial film, and it worked so well, you know. So and then, and then because of that, they hired me. They hired me as a concept director, you know. I was pretty lucky, you know. A Bird Tomorrow was because all the time I was dreaming to make a movie like Le Samurai, which was directed by Songbird Mills. And I was so crazy about that movie. I wanted to make a Hong Kong version. But the studio didn't believe in me and didn't let me to do it because all they want was a kung fu or martial art fighting movie or a sex film, something like that, and just work for the market, you know, anything for the market, but not the samurai, you know. So I was so frustrated, and then. After 15 years, and I got a support from my good friend, Choi Hak, and he supported me to make A Bird Tomorrow. So for A Bird Tomorrow, when we originally the script is pretty boring. It's not exciting, and then and Choi Hak said to me, he said, how about you put yourself into the movie, you know, and we write all the dialogue and just say whatever you wanted to say, because at that time I was kind of like the box office person, and the people looked down on me, and the people around me, and then they all asked me to. Just go home and watch videotape and see what is popular, you know, and then just follow the train, you know, not to do anything, you know. I was so hurt, and then because I truly believe I'm a good director, and then no one can beat me down, even though my movie didn't work, So Choi Hak encouraged me and let me to put all the dialogue. I rewrite all the dialogue, and then made me feel they was my first auteur movies. And I felt myself as auteur. I said, okay, I rewrite everything, and then and I make Joe, in fact, the character represent me. So and actually we have a lot of things in common. We have a similar past. So and then so. By the meantime, I try to make a unforgettable gun battle sequence in the movies. I'm using 3 weeks just thinking of how to make the extraordinary, gun battle scene in history. So in Hong Kong film history, and then I have, when I look at the guns and I ask people, which gun you can, because I didn't want my hero using a machine gun. I think the people who using a machine gun is not a hero. You can shoot, kill anybody so easily. I want my hero using one gun, and then 2, because I wanted to get a sound like music, like a drum beat. They demonstrating to me that using 2 guns. I said, oh, it's fantastic. Then I was so happy, and then let Joel, in fact, using 2 guns. They were the start from the movie. And it worked pretty well, and it shocked everybody. And it shocked the audience when they saw that scene with 2 guns. They went crazy. So I, kind of like, it's a good memory from the movie. The movie is about friendship and the family, So about the friendship is I'm using me and Choi Hak's kind of the friendship, put them into put it on the screen. Just like Joe and Fred and Dilong, they kind of a closer friendship. And the killer, I killed, I'm so proud of the killer, because the killer, I got a totally creative freedom. Nobody care about me, and because everybody didn't get what I have been thinking, what I didn't know. Because the movie I would try to tribute to Jean-Pierre Melville and Martin Scorsese, because I have learned so much from their film, and then I love them so much, and then in the scene for some of the performers, I was using the little slow motion to shoot their reaction. It was from Scorsese's movies, The Mean Street. So I saw it, and then when I saw the film, no one know what the story about, and I saw it without a script. There's no script. All the scene and all the movie are all in my mind. Everything all in my mind. Because when I was working with a group of young people. They have never know what the French movie about. What was the French New Wave? I said, when I asked my producer, I said, okay, give me to find a French house, because I want a tall glass window, the different frame, and then the killer and the cop, they are sitting in the same chair, so when the camera go tracking along to the glass by glass, and to replace the actor, they're in the same seat. They think kind of cool, So I said, how could we find a French house? I said, have you seen a French movie? And then no, not much. And then they told me this is Hong Kong, not Paris. How could we find a damn French house in Hong Kong? Okay. I said, so and even my DP didn't get the idea of the scene. Sometimes, so he quit in the halfway. And anyway, so many. So when I said I roll and shoot at the same time, So and then I just let the people know. So, okay, this set I need 30 stunt guy and 50 extra and shooting for 3 days, and that was it. And they asked, what is it about? I don't know yet. I don't know also. So because I usually work with my instinct. I usually, come to the set and walk around, see what I can get, and then, I work with my stunt coordinator. Okay, if Joel Kinnaman start here, shooting there, you put 2 guys over there, and then when I make a turn and shoot them, after I shoot them, I step on something and jump up and dive and continue shooting. So there was, and then if the actor feel good about it, and then that would be a good scene, So that's how we work. And then I did when I shoot a drama scene, I usually ask the actor, like Joel Kinnaman or Daniel Lee, okay, now it's a scene about betrayal. The person you believe and you're a good friend with over 20 years, but now he betrayed you. What do you feel? In your real life, have you ever been betrayed by your friend? So they can tell me the story about, okay, in the old time I have a friend, I give him some money to form a company, and turn out he, step on my back, speak a lot of bad things behind me, I said, how do you feel? Are you still love him, or forgive him, or not forgiving him, or still hate him? I said, yeah, but he said, I still love him, but painful. Okay, how about you put your pain and whatever you say into the scene? So I wrote down the dialogue, what he had said before, and then I changed it a little bit. Okay, this is what it's about. So they just react of what he had act before, what he had done before, So it's a pretty, I think it was a pure auteur. I can shoot this there and put the camera there, and then even though the action sequence, most of the action I choreography for myself. Even though I have a very good stunt coordinator, but I wanted the whole movie incomplete, in one tone. Usually a Hong Kong movie, the director only care about the dramas, and and leave the action for the stunt coordinator, leave them to direct and decide. So usually it looks like 2 different movies, but I want to complete everything. So I have so much joy for making the movie, and I can have 90 shooting days, and nobody care about me, which was good. And then only Choi Harwood came over, and we a little discussing about the scene, and then I'm on my own, So I was so happy when I and also I edited the movie by myself, So I did everything. So I have tried so many new experiments, and then when I realized the movie got very well received from the West, I was so thrilled. I was so happy. and feel unexpected, surprised why the people liked it so much. Well, Hot Target was my first American film. I was, at that time I thought it's a lot of people had recognized me and recognized my movie and the Hong Kong movie, but so I had made a huge mistake. But actually, there are not much of people who have seen our movies. So when I am shooting a Hot Target, I intend to make it look pretty much like a Hong Kong style of the American movie, and the audience didn't like it because they were whenever they see the slow motion, and they always make a laugh, and the audience feel it look like a commercial. Whenever they look at the violent shot, and they also make a laugh, so the movie didn't work well, and then I realized, I was making an American movie. It should look like an American movie, but with a little different taste. But I went too far, because I didn't realize, there were not much of people. I mean, the audience in general, they haven't seen much of the Hong Kong movies. So I was mistaken. So I was a little frustrated. But the good thing was I met such a great people like Sam Raimi and Rob Taylor and other producers. They were so nice to me, and by the meantime, it had made me for start making movie for almost 2 years. To try to spend more time to learn the true America, the true about the society, everything about the society, and because I didn't know enough. So and then make me realize when I make the movie, it's an American movie, it should look like an American movie, but with a little bit of the culture from Asia, So, there was one of the biggest lesson to me. But I'm so amazed now the people see when they look back to the Hot Target, and they feel it became a film classic. I was so amazed about it, and then people were getting to like it. I think it's quite a memorable movie to me. Face Off, it's hard to forget. The movie. First of all, I really like the script. The script. Originally, it was a sci-fi movie. It had a lot of big special effects, involved, and then the story was, it happened about 200 years from now, and then and then the producer. Michael Douglas and his partner Steve Ruther had presented the script to me, and then I feel, it's too much of a sci-fi, because I'm not good at the special effect, So unless they can make a change it into the drama and change the time into the now, and not futuristic. And so they like the idea. They made a change, and then there are two things hard to forget. One is when I was working in Canada, that before I committed to the movie, and Michael Douglas and all the producers and the writer and the executive for the studio, they all flew into Canada to have a meeting with me. And then I was shooting at daytime and meeting at night, and so and me and my partner, so we have a long table, and then everybody talk about how they shoot, how they, how they all talk about the movies, the concept, and what's the idea, and everybody talk, everybody do the talk, and then they were waiting, wishing me to say something. And I didn't say a word for 3 hours. And my partner got a panic. So, John needs to say something. They like to hear what they think. I said, no, I have no clue right now. I only can concentrate in one thing. So after the meeting is finished, and I walk up to Michael Douglas, I said, believe me, I will make a great movie for you. And he said, I know. I have a good nose. So he was so in trust with me. I was so flattered. So and then so he was let me feel free to do whatever I want. And the second thing is before we start shooting, and the chairman was Shirley Lansing. She gathering everybody in the room, all the producers, all the important people from the studio, and everyone got there, including the writer and so on. And then he told everyone, all I need is a John Woo movie, and no one should give him any notes. No. Oh, I was so surprised, and everyone was so surprised. It's really rare for the studio. She said, I mean, the director usually got so much notes from everybody, but she said no, and she just gave me a few things. She just asked me for the violent issue, you have to, just not to do too many gunshots. It's not a Hong Kong movie, but she was so aware of the young people could get some kind of bad influence for them. So that's no good. So I have to tune down a little bit, and that's all. So I feel free to shoot what I wanted to shoot, and I got so much freedom. No one really give me any interfere. So I just, and I work so well with John Travolta and Nick Cage and everybody, and then sometimes I came up with some idea on the set, and then the studio still let me to do it, make a change. So, and it's so memorable, moment of a movie. Another thing is about the ending. In the script, originally when John Travolta, killed the bad guy, and he told the bad guy's son go back home, but still some people have a problem with that. They said, that the action audience, they didn't want to see they take the little boy home. I said no. And they said that we may came from a different culture. I came from the East and the West. I said that this is not about a culture. I think we are all human beings. It's so human. When I see a hero bring the bad guy's son home, so the little boy needs to be taken care of. And then they didn't believe me. They wanted, test screening, the audience, because we were showing the scene without taking the boy home, and then the audience didn't satisfy. and they were over 60% of the audience. And they're asking why the hero didn't take the boy home, and why nobody cared about the little boy. So in the studio, oh, John, you are right. And then it asked me to reshoot the scene, right away. And then we do the another test screening with the boy. Bring the boy come home, and the ending was so warm. The audience loved it, and the score went so high, for the bottom to the higher. So we have a lot of great memory for Face Off.